Well, with COVID restrictions easing and borders reopening, major cities are getting back to some form of normality and heading back to major events and festivals right across the country and around the world for that matter. Now, these events, though, do come with risk, and world-leading pandemic management expert Dr. Avnesh Ratnanesan says that the global experience must serve as a warning that governments and event organisers must get better at managing risk. He joins me live now. Doctor, thank you so much for your time today.
Hi there, Holly. Good to see you again.
Lovely to see you again. Now, as the nation's borders open and we see a return to people movement and travellers from overseas, what are the risks of an outbreak at major events?
Well, Holly, it's a really good question, and we are entering into a new paradigm, aren't we, where borders are starting to reopen between states. And whilst we've seen cases rise in New South Wales and Victoria, the transmission across state borders now is inevitable, compounded with the fact that international travel is resuming. There will be cases that will enter through the borders, both domestic and international, in the months to come. As a result, one of the things that we can be sure of is that COVID cases are going to rise, particularly in those states that have not really experienced high levels of COVID, such as Queensland, South Australia, WA, and Northern Territory, and so on. And therefore, the risk will increase even at events and other occasions.
It's sort of weird, isn't it? Because as we're opening back up, we're all going back to a sense of normality, going out for dinners again, going out to, wherever, or major events and festivals and things. But we sort of got to remember that COVID is still a thing at the moment. So is it actually possible to even hold a major event with tens of thousands of people safely with COVID so prevalent in the country?
Yeah, well, Holly, all of us really want to go back to that normal way of living, don't we? And certainly events, festivals, and so on are a key part of that social connection that we all have been yearning for quite some time. I mean, certainly what international experience has shown us is that it is possible to have events, festivals, and so on, and that is part of our objectives here. However, those events can also be very high risk. In fact, if we look at the international experience, if we look at countries such as Netherlands, where they had a party of or a concert of about 20,000 people, resulting in 1,000 cases of COVID, the risk certainly is higher at these events, at these gatherings, where very close contact amongst large groups of people is very prevalent or very likely to be the case. And as a result, the thing that we need to do is actually manage risk a lot better than we've done in the past. And that is not only minimizing the risk of COVID spreading at these events, but also in the event of outbreaks, enabling our teams, our festival organizations, our government teams to respond to them much faster as well.